Hey Marcus, it's Chris. I spoke to Alexis, and just as I promised, here is your free custom video showing you how to beat Acme Plumbing, how to increase your online presence, and how to drive your customers right into your business. Now, the reason I made you this video is because I've noticed that most business owners are too busy running the company to learn how the internet can help them maximize their growth. And I found that by giving business owners free attack plans of what they can actually do themselves has resulted in some of them using it themselves, yes, which is fine, but others reaching back out and asking for my help. Another reason why I love doing things like this is because I've seen what it can do. I've seen it change the lives of those in business and their families. I've seen previously overstressed and busy business owners have more financial freedom and be able to spend more time with who and doing what matters most to them. Plus, being able to grow their team and afford to pay everyone what they're worth. I've also seen businesses that were already flourishing reach massive new heights in a matter of months. Now, if you truly don't care about any of this, you do not have to waste your time by continuing to watch this video. Knowing though that you must be very busy, I did try to keep it short to be respectful of your time. So just as I promised, the top 3 things that are going to do it for you today are going to be content, backlinks, and citations. I'm also going to teach you about what keywords are and which ones are going to be best to drive growth. So first off, looking at your website, I like the layout. I love the logo. And it's pretty clean. I did notice a couple things such as, you typically don't want a bunch of HTML all over your page. You would rather have this be words because when people see this, they're going to be a little thrown off by it. So that's not like the cleanest thing in the world. But other than that, you have click to calls, which is awesome. I'm assuming this is mobile optimized. You guys have a lot of pages of relevant content, which is all great. But going right into it, the first thing that we're going to talk about today is page content. Content is made up of the words, the images, and the text behind the images saved as alt text that make up a certain page of your site. Now, you guys are going to want to have at least 1,500 words to be optimized with Google with the current algorithm, and this is going to give you a lot more opportunity to fill in with some of those buyer intent keywords that are going to give you traffic and turn into customers. Now, what a keyword is a word or phrase that's typed into Google, and what makes it a buyer intent keyword is the way that it's worded and what they're looking for. In this case, this would be somebody that's ready to make a purchase that's plumbing related. And when you think about content, think about why Wikipedia is always in the top position when you're looking for something. It's because their content is the most authoritative and the most relevant, and Google knows it. So they put them in the first position because it only makes sense for them to be there. Now, Google actually has bots that scan your page, and the more content you have, the more the bots actually pay attention to you. Having more content also means you could fill a lot more buyer intent keywords in and get a lot more business. So looking at your website, it's got a decent amount of content. It's really not optimized though. There's not a lot of text that's filled in with keywords here, which is what's going to allow you to capture more of that search volume very, very quickly. Content is king, and it's the fastest way that gets you ranking in the top position to get more business. Now, if we look over here at Acme Plumbing, you could see they have a decent amount more content. They still don't have a crazy amount. This is still extremely beatable. Content is the most important thing by far, but the second thing I'm going to go into next is extremely important when it comes to optimizing your online presence, and that is backlinks. A backlink is another site linking to yours through theirs. And to show you what that is and how it works, I'm going to go into a tool that I use called Ahrefs. This gives you the breakdown of the performance of your website in a lot of different areas. And the first thing you see here is going to be the power of your homepage. The next is going to be the power of the entire website. Both of these are ranking factors. The number of backlinks that you have and how many websites are actually referring those backlinks, the number of organic keywords you're ranking for, and approximation of what your organic traffic looks like. Now, your Google Analytics is going to give you a lot more accurate representation of your traffic, but everything else is very, very, very accurate. Now, a backlink works like this. If I went over this link and I clicked on it and it brought me to your website, it's as simple as that. Right? Not all backlinks are created equal though. You want websites that are more powerful linking to you to show Google that you are the authority. Google sees it just like a popularity contest. You also want them to be relevant because it works a lot more effectively if they are. For example, if you have plumbing websites linking to you, that's going to do a lot more for you than, let's say, Pizza Hut. Because if you sling pizzas for a living, I'm making this video for the wrong person, and you could just stop it right now. You also have 2 different types of backlinks. You have do follow and do not follow. The do follow links are the only ones that actually count because they push power to your website. The do not follow links are pretty much worthless, other than the fact that you might be able to get hosted on a website with a lot of traffic and might get some clicks. But in your case, you're a local business, and that's not really going to help you. So let's look real quick at how your backlink profile stacks up against your competitors. As you can see, they have a little bit more backlinks, but they have a good deal more referring domains. They're ranking for a lot more keywords, and their traffic is tremendously higher. Over 10 times higher, actually. And you can see with their page power and their domain power, that's a little bit higher than yours. And this is why going over these things is so important, because now you know how you can actually change this. Right now, if we go into some of their keywords and we actually see what they're ranking for and what the opportunities that you have are, if you look at Plumber Durham, that on average gets 200 searches a month, Durham Plumber 150, Plumbing Durham, North Carolina. Each one of these has their own search volume. And this is not including, let's say, if you were going for Chapel Hill as well, because that area has its own keywords and they have their own search volume. So every single location that you capture keywords in, you capture that search volume in that area as well. And you do not have to limit yourself to just a few of these or one location. That's the beauty of it, is you can rank in first position for every single one of these. Think about that for a second. What could that mean for you, your business, and your family if you had all of this? And you do not have to worry about getting too much business, because if you need more employees, I can also help you there as well with different channels and different methods that have been proving very, very effective. And I will do it for you for free, because the whole goal is to make sure that you can just continually grow and cultivate the business that you want, the business of your dreams, the business that's going to allow you to have a legacy for you and your family. Now, going over and looking at a search engine. As you can see, I brought up a relevant one that creates a lot of search volume. And the first thing you're going to see here are ads. The thing about ads is that they're only semi-effective, especially if they're not created properly, and they become a serious money pit. A lot of phones and computers even have ad blockers, which is another reason why organic ranking is so important. Now, the second section right here, this baby right here is called the Google Map Pack, and this is so important. It's such a massive tool for you to use. Many people go here first to find a business to fulfill their needs, and getting ranked in the top position here typically means 40 to 50% more call volume than top organic ranking alone. Not just search volume, actual call volume. And this is a legitimate statistic proven on facts. I'm not blowing smoke with you right now. Now, what gets you ranked here is having a stronger and a larger citation profile than your competitor. A citation is your business's name, address, and phone number submitted word for word into directories such as Yelp and Yellow Pages. There are some other ranking factors here that include the quality of the citations and how powerful they are, the optimization of the Google My Business profile itself, the number of Google reviews that you have and what your ratings are on Google, but most importantly is how well you're ranking organically on a search. But even if you aren't on the first page or in the top spots, it's going to be a little bit harder, but not impossible by any means to get that top position with the right citation profile. So just to recap what we went over, Marcus, going over content, your front page needs to have about 1,500 words with properly filled in buyer intent keywords that you're trying to rank and get traffic for. Your back-end service pages want to have about 500 to 750 of the same thing. Your backlinks need to be more relevant, more powerful, and more numerous, of course, than your competitors have to show Google that you are the authority. And your citation profile that's going to get you ranked in the top position of this Google Map Pack, you want to have about 200 to 300 of these to beat out your competition by a landslide, or just at least substantially more than your top competitor. If they have 300, you want 500, because the game is domination. And Marcus, if you guys implemented all of these strategies today, you can become #1 on Google for your business and reap the rewards with a ton of traffic, paying customers, more money, more growth, and more freedom. Marcus, I hope you liked the video at least half as much as I enjoyed making it for you. I'd love to hop on a quick call with you just to get some feedback from you and hear your thoughts, just so I at least know you got some value from it and I didn't waste both of our time. With that being said, Marcus, you have an amazing rest of your day, and I will talk to you soon.